Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. So, in my previous video, since I'm wearing the same clothes, I did all three in one night. Well, this is my second one, so I'll be doing my third one after this. But anyway, I said that I'd be looking at the new races in WoW. Well, the new allied races in WoW. So first off, I'm going to be starting with the one that I am going to be playing, and the one which I'm actually more excited about, and that's the Zandalari Troll. So as you can see here, and you'll see my eyes going down because I'm looking at the screen. As you can see here, this is the WoW head kind of page for the Zandalari Troll, which many of you may have already seen. So unlocking the race. This will be done in 8.1.5, we already knew that, as the new raid of the Battle of the Zandalari is really what creates the bond between the Zandalari Trolls and the Horde. Below are the requirements to unlock this race. So, obviously, you must purchase Battle for Azeroth, you must become exalted with the Zandalari Empire, which will take a few weeks. I've already done that. Tides of Vengeance, you'll need to finish the war campaign for these two components. Already done that. Must have completed all the major storylines in Zandalari to reach the final seer, which I've done. And you must already have a level 110 character. Done. So the available classes. So these have changed since they were announced in 2018 BlizzCon, but they've only been changed by really one. So the available classes: Druid, Hunter, Mage, Monk, Paladin, Priest, Rogue, Shaman, and Warrior. So, if you've watched my previous video, which I will link below, you guys will know that I will be going a warrior, and I will be race changing my priest, who is at the moment a Pandaren, into a Zandalari Troll too. So I don't know how. I haven't really looked at this. I have seen this before, so don't ask why I'm not shocked. But some of these things have been added. But I did have a quick read through. So the Slate Direhorn has been added for the levels for the starting pet for level 20. So again, it's really dinosaur themed. It would have been nice if they'd done something a little bit different, since this is practically just a small version of the mount that we get. Would have been nice to see something a little bit different, but never know. We might be able to unlock new things. The Shaman totems, they look okay. We've seen them obviously in game before, especially around Torga, when you're cleansing him, the green ones are around. Yeah, they're okay. I feel like the honor-bound ones were much better, like to look-wise, but obviously you're not there to look at your totems, you're there to use them. So yeah, they're okay. Druid Forms. So this is the kind of major thing for the Zandalari Trolls, and the reason why I haven't decided to race change my Druid is because there are going to be 101 people who are race changing their Druids into Zandalari Trolls just for this reason. But I can see why. They are pretty cool, and they are a little bit different. So obviously the cat form comes in different colour variants, obviously green and things like that. Very reptile-y, dinosaur-y kind of themed, and I think that's the same with all of them. Obviously they've got tusks. I like that they've kind of kept with the, if you've got tusks, what they have with the normal trolls, and a lot of gold. Obviously the Zandalari Trolls are known for their gold and things like that. So yeah, it's a pretty cool cat form. Now the Moonkin. This is very different compared to what we've had with the variants with the High Mountain Tauren having the kind of horns or the antlers like the High Mountain Tauren. This is unbelievably different. They're a pigeon. It looks cool. It looks really cool. And when I first saw it, I was like, wow, this is different. They're kind of broadening. It kind of shows, if we look at the types of birds in Azeroth, are we going to be seeing more Druid forms like that? Who knows? However, the movement animation isn't great. It's kind of flimsy, and it seems like if I was in Moonkin form all the time, it would annoy me personally. But from a looking point of view and from a visual point of view, I love it. I like the kind of the stance that it's got. It's got the same kind of stance as Zandalari Trolls, so they're not actually changing that much. I think that's great. I think that they're just bringing something new to the table, which is nice. I like that. Now my favourite one, the bear form. Technically, it's not a bear, but it's a turtle. That's what it is. It's Torga. It's reincarnated Torga, and I think it's the closest we're going to get to being able to play the Tortolan. And kind of for that reason, just thinking about it, I want to race change my druid, but I'm not going to. Again, I think it looks great. It's very obviously it's hard. It's kind of meaty and things like that. I think that's what a tank should be, and I actually prefer this from a tank point of view than the bear. But hey, obviously different color variants of that. Flight form, again, it was something which we kind of knew, obviously with the flight and the mounts that we have from the Zandalari kind of side of things. Pterodex, again, it's pretty cool. The problem is it's not unique enough. It looks a little bit different, and I like the fact that they've done that, but I have one of these as a mount. It's not very different. Yeah, I'm a little bit underwhelmed by that, but obviously what else could they have picked? So I suppose that's the only thing. They can only do what they've given. I like this. It feels like they've used the same model as the spirit form for Spirit Wolf, but it will be Spirit Raptor, I guess, for the shamans. Again, a little bit underwhelming, but maybe that's because I see it from just turning into a raptor all the time in a ghost way. Again, the design is really good. I like the kind of light armor that it's got, and I like that they've kept with the tusk theme and the gold theme and things like that. So yeah, again, something that's a little bit underwhelming, but again, I like it. It would have been nice if they'd have like a bigger seat. I think that would have been something a little bit better. But the aquatic, wow, the aquatic, I love it. I think it's the best aquatic form there is. I hated it. This is unbelievable. The gold again, really kind of exaggerating that kind of Zandalari gold and richness. The reptile theme, I love it. I love the design. I love the colors. I love the theme. And it's quite scary. If you're in World PvP and you see like a shadow of that coming up behind you, I think the Jaws music is gonna show up. Again, different color variants. I think it's great. So this is where we're going on to racial traits, and this is some that says trailate, by the way. I don't know if that's that is spelling space. Oh god, that's triggering. That is so triggering. Anyway, this is where there's been quite a lot of controversy. How some of them seem really, really OP. So let's just go through them. So one of them is Embrace the Lower. So you choose your lower and they give you a certain buff. And I'll give you some time to read through these. But the ones that are really kind of, are really, I don't know, like shining out to me, especially as a healer, are Akunda, the healing abilities. Really, really like that. Gonk, again, 5%. It's not a lot, but it's pretty cool. The damage obviously increases health. Again, that's really a tank one. Quagua, love Quagua. He's probably my favourite lower. Paku, crit strike, Wansamdi. Now, if you look into this a little bit further, maybe I'm looking into it a little bit too far. Embrace Wansamdi. If you're embracing a lower, but the lower, like none of the dead lower here are here. Sorry. So I think that kind of means that we're going to see Wansamdi for a lot longer than we'd hoped, in a sense. To choose your lower, you will have to go to the shrine in Zandalari. Okay, let's look at this sensibly now. I know a lot of you will be annoyed about that, but let's just look at it from a sensible, fair point of view. Having to go somewhere to change your abilities, I think that's fair. I like the fact that it's not instant, and the reason behind that is the Margar Orcs have kind of the same ability with, I think it's Ancestral Call or Ancestral Blessing. I can't remember about that. But they have something which is instant, and that's great. If the Zandalari Troll were to be given this as well, what special do the Margar Orcs have then? Nothing. Yeah, literally nothing. Anyway, you attune yourself to them by literally making an offer to their shrines. Again, from an RP point of view, if you play on RP servers, that's a great thing. I think that's good. Again, it gives that kind of limit, and I'm saying that that's okay now. It will probably annoy me at some point, but Yeah, I think that's fair. The thing that I do find a little bit strange is currently there is a 5-day cooldown on the spell, meaning you can only change your lower once every 5 days. I think what they've done here is wrong. For a 5-day cooldown, and everything could change. This is all on the PTR, so it could obviously change. 5 days, I don't think that's right. If you are someone who levels 2 specs, so for example, you level a healer and you level a tank, different lower will help you. Personally, I don't think it's great. All I'm going to say, long story short, they should change the 5-day cooldown, which they might do. Again, it's all on the PTR. But anyway, let's move on. So the Pterodax Swoop, reducing your falling speed for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes. It has a 15-minute cooldown. Great. Love it. It's a Goblin Glider without spending Goblin Gliders. I think that's really, really good, and it really helps with that pyramid, because obviously you're dying all the fucking time. Anyway, Regeneration, or Regenerating, should I say. It's an active ability, and it's something which is up at the moment. Now, this is where the most problems came. What happened, regenerates 100% of your max health over 6 seconds, and is interrupted by damage. Now, this has changed. If I remember correctly, it regenerated 100% of your health, of your max health, sorry, over 4 seconds, and the interrupted by damage bit wasn't there. By adding that interrupt by damage, that has diminished it greatly. If you're someone, for example, a tank, who thinks, which I thought it would be great for a tank, it's probably going to be useless. Unless you've just switched from, if you're tanking 2 in a raid and you've just switched and you might not get damage of 6 seconds, great. It's going to work for you. But if you are active on the tank, for example in dungeons, it's useless. You're going to be damaged. I presume the damage means if you're hit, whether you take damage or not damage, I presume it's still not going to work. So for example, if a priest puts a shield on you, word power shield, for example, on you, it's not going to work. However, there is one thing I think it will work. If you're playing a paladin and you use divine shield, you're not taking damage. So if that works the same way, it's going to be amazing. But for someone like a warrior who I'm playing, I'm probably going to take damage unless I use something like Ignore Pain, and if it works that way, great. But that's a whole new level, and it's something that we'll have to look at when the trolls come out. City of Gold increases gold earned from creatures by 2%. Great for farming. That's it. And obviously the language is Orcish and Zandali, whatever. Heritage armor. Now, I haven't really looked at the heritage armor on the other races, but this is one that I am looking to get. Obviously, I'm looking to level from 20 to 120 as a tank protection warrior, which should make it faster with all my heirlooms and things like that. I think it looks pretty cool. The one downside to it is it reminds me too much of the Mythic and Taurus the Burning Throne Shaman set. I suppose the Zandalari Trolls are Shaman. I suppose that's what we're looking at. But I do like it. And it is a little bit different. I'm not saying exactly the same, but it is a little bit different. And I'm thinking dual wielding maces with this armor on. I think it's going to be great. I think it's a nice. It will be a nice set. So not too much about that. Again, just for you guys to have a look at, which you've already probably seen. The Mount. Again, I'm disappointed by it. It's just another dinosaur. Okay, yeah, it looks a little bit different, but I have mounts like this already. Yeah, it's got a little bit more gold to it. Again, I think they could have done something like, imagine if you were, the thing is, I already have that as well. I was thinking Quagua, but you can buy those for 300,000 gold, and they're not just going to give you one. Maybe they would have. I think that would have been a little bit better, but hey, it's another mount. What can you ask for, really? Some of the other mounts that were given to the allied races weren't great either. But anyway, the one thing that I am happy about is the Paladin Mount. Look how cool this looks. Like, don't get me wrong, I know it's still a dinosaur, and I know that I just moaned about the other one, but for a Paladin, look how much gold is on this. Do I like it? My two favourite Paladin mounts are probably the Dawnlight Charger, which is the Dwarven Paladin mount, and this. I love this. I think it's great. yeah, there's nothing else I can really say about it apart from, wow, I really, really like this. But I won't, again, same with the Druid, I won't be leveling a Zandalar, I won't be changing my Paladin into a Zandalari Troll. The customization options, same. It's something, dance options, yeah, it's something. The backstory, obviously if you want to pause it here and read through the backstory, you should already know it. So that's pretty much it. That is the Zandalari Troll. And I'm so excited. Oh man, I'm so excited. I really, really hope, my timing's right when I said that they'll be released after the week after the last raid tier in LFR. Man, please let that be it. I just can't wait. I can't wait. And I'm going to be playing every single day to get, well, I play every single day practically anyway, but I'm going to be playing every single day to get my warrior to 120. So if you guys want to join me on that experience, remember to hit subscribe, like this button if it was any, if it did help you in any way. I will leave this link below if you haven't seen it, which hopefully you guys have. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.